what I can see over here, it tells me that there's something very, very important going on in this area. So I'm here to check out what exactly is going on in this area. Okay, so that's Prop Haven. And they say everything is possible. Is that what I'm getting? All right, so this is one place that I have always wanted to enter. And there's a reason why I've always wanted to enter this place, but I want to enter with you. Please, if you're ready to enter Prop Heaven with me, just come with me. Let's have a good time and see what exactly you can find there. I hope you're ready. All right. There we go. Beautiful place that has almost everything that you need when it comes to props, when it comes to putting production together. I am super excited to be in this very place at this moment. But there's one person who is behind this, who makes sure these things are put to good use. And that's the person that I want us to meet. He's not aware we're coming here. But the good thing is that he knows we can jump on him at any point in time. You know what I mean? And have a conversation with him. So please, if you're ready, just come with me. Let me close it. And this is another place where I'm sure you'll be asking yourself a lot of course things. What's going on here? What's this big place about? And all that. Earlier, I told you from the other side that there's one man who is behind all the things that you saw over there, who makes sure those things over there are not useless. He puts them to good use. And today, I'm here. It's for me, it's a privilege to be talking to this man. He's not aware we're coming here. We had to just pounce on him like that and check out what he's doing. So my brother Tony is over here. Tony, good to see you. Oh, man. I've been wanting to enter that place for a long time. And I'm glad that I was able to enter that place today. Some of the things I saw over there were super amazing. And this is how you live your normal life, your daily life.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for how long now? Can I remember? Since 2004, maybe. Yeah, thereabout. Yeah, from film school till now. So yeah, I had to study this. I had to go to school
For this. Yeah. All right, so we're going to be talking about it. I mean, currently he's very busy doing something for a production, but we want to find out how some of these things come about, how he's able to put all these things together to ensure we have a beautiful moment watching them. Remember, he's got one project that everybody's talking about right now. The 3 Music Awards are set. I want to get into Tony's life right now. Like, I want to find out why this magic. And I'm sure you want to find out as well. We'll do this real quick. Today, I'm here as an apprentice. I'm an apprentice, so I'm learning on the job. They say it's always good to learn on the job, so I'm learning on the job how to design sets. So, boss, where do I tape? So basically, this is taping process to do painting or what exactly?
We have different tones and different colors that we want to paint. So we don't want to spill. If I was painting here red, I don't want it to spill into maybe if this is white. Okay. So this tape will stop it from the. After this is dry, I can tape the one off and then tape the next layer and then keep going.
Okay. That's like you have to be very meticulous when you're doing something.
So this is you would have, I mean, painting patterns and textures, but this you could have also probably done with wallpaper if you actually have the wallpaper in these tones. Okay. But we don't have that in these tones, so we are creating the texture ourselves, and that's how we have to do it.
So this is your own imagination, your own way of looking at things, or this is practically what it is done?
You mean
in terms of achievement? Exactly.
This is the best way you can do this. There's other ways, like for example, I probably could have printed a whole texture, you know, like on a big banner, flexi or whatever, and just put it up, and that would have also probably been faster and easy. But I mean, this is the other way if you're working on the wall directly.
How long is it taking you to put this entire thing together now?
We've been working on this since Saturday. Okay. So today we've come inside the studio to install. We will probably finish all painting today. We have some electrical wiring to do on the ceiling for ceiling lights, which will be done today as well. And then maybe tomorrow we'll probably just do the flooring, and then we'll start dressing it just to look like what it's supposed to look like. So pretty much a week.
A week. And you're putting together what exactly? A dressing room.
Yeah.
So when you're done, you move this to the location,
No.
or it's going to be done. Everything is going to be done.
Yeah, we just shoot everything here. Yeah, it will be. I mean, all the lights and everything will be done inside here, and then after we just take everything down.
Whoa, whoa.
But it has to look as real as possible. So really.
So when you were creating magic on Saturday, you were
Yeah, actually, yeah, we were doing that at the same time. We were building this as well, just to make sure we're in time for this.
Man, I doubt if this man sleeps. But we'll find out very soon. We're going to sit at the other side and then, try and get to his personal life a bit. Not too much personal, but his occupation, basically. And find out how he creates all this magic. My guest is Tony. We'll find out what exactly the Tony means. He's Ghana's Will Smith, by the way. So let's go. Do you use this one to play or CBC anyway? This is more like doing orchestra.
Well, yeah.
It's more like doing orchestra. But we can still get OCBisa from here.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get it.
Put Kiki behind it, he'll know how to play.
Oh, I'm the wrong person behind
Maybe so rest in perfect.
No, I'm the wrong person behind this now. No, but I'm enjoying it. And I'm sure you're enjoying it as well. Yeah, but I'm super excited to have this moment with you over here. First of all, who is Tony?
So, well, Tony is a production designer who works basically on film, TV, and events, and sometimes interior productions or jobs, projects, So pretty much, he's a production designer. That's pretty much what
And when we say production designer, what exactly are we looking at?
So,
for lame people like myself.
Right. So the production designer is someone who actually creates the worlds for any performance to happen in. So an easy example would be that if I take it to your house, your living room is your living room because of certain elements that are there. Mm-hmm. If I probably strip off everything off your living room and it's an empty space, it can be anywhere else, because then I can actually make it. I can put dining tables in there and put like a cabinet or something, and then it can become a kitchen. So I'm just responsible for creating that world where you want something to happen. If it's an office, it has to look like an office. If it's a bathroom, it has to look like a bathroom. If it's a kitchen, it's a kitchen. If it's a courtroom, if it's a church, all that world which the demands come from both the director and maybe the producers, what they intend they want to create. So that would be my job, to bring it to life so that the actors can perform in the space.
In principle, how significant is this to production?
Production design is like half of the production, because that's what you see. That's the visual element which you see. So, and that's what will make you believe where the thing is actually happening. So it's like the whole job is actually production design. For a production, it's production design. If you don't have production design, you're probably not doing anything. Now, I know some people will argue and say, but we've seen productions where it's just maybe one color wall, like maybe white or black or just blue backgrounds and whatever. But in production design, those things are called staging techniques. They are techniques of production design. So a white plain wall is a limbo type of setting, and a black plain wall is a cameo type of setting. And if you go in a space that is not that, then you need someone to be able to put that up for you and then put in the props and everything as you need. So it's all part of production design. You cannot do without it. Even if it's green screen, someone must set it up for you.
I spoke to somebody about, an industry person, and I told him about me having a conversation with you. And then the first thing the person said is the guy who creates the magic. What magic do you create when it comes to this? And how do you create this magic?
For me, I believe that nothing is impossible. Okay. You know, it's just the way I live. Like it's either, and I enjoy the fact that you want to be able to invent something. So it's just like someone invents the car. Mm-hmm. For me, it's also I'm inventing something. So you can, the thought process of, okay, what is possible? How can it be done? What should we do? If you add a 1 + 1 is equal to 2. There's a lot of maths that goes on in my work. Like I cannot do this without measurements. Okay. what is possible, what do we have in the system, like what can I get this if I want to get this, we have to make it, all those things together. Now once the plan is hashed, and then we have to put it into drawing, and once you put it into drawing, then you start going in technical. Okay, this is going to be 1 meter by 2, we can get this, we can get that, everybody understands what it has to be, then you're okay, because it has to come from a paper first. From the mind to the paper, onto the computer, draw everything out, stimulate it, let people, everybody agree, do we want changes, what can come here? I understand what it is filming. I'm like, okay, do we have projection, we need to have projection screens, like for playback, like you have to do it, because if you're doing playback for searching for screens, you have to either be a 16:9 or 4:3. If you understand all those things, it comes back to the drawing before you can actually put it out there, then it can work.
So in principle, this is what you studied at school?
Yeah, I studied production design. It's that's my first degree program. I went to film school, so you study all the things that come with film, and for us we had the opportunity of studying both film directing, TV, everything before I majored in production design. So my knowledge is not just based on production design. My knowledge is based on the fact that I know what a lens 24 on a camera would see and how wide it will go. So if I'm putting a prop somewhere, in my mind, I know it's probably just going to be this shot that I will see. So do I want to put that one there, or do I want to put something that will make sure when I go on that lens, I would see this? So the whole process is, you have to understand it. Yeah. But of course, someone can also just study production design, but I think by experience and by the job, you obviously, once you're on set every time, you know all these things. Yeah.
How difficult would you say this job? And I don't even want to be thinking about how easy it will be, because from the explanation you're giving me right now, this is not a job you'd want to see it as easy go. No. How difficult is this?
Well, it's a lot of time taking. It takes a lot of time, and then it just comes with challenges. So it's more the time that it takes to do it. Also, sometimes it's just if you have the right funding, because then it makes it a lot more easy. But if those things are not there, it becomes even more strenuous, and you don't have the time, and sometimes things come late. We have to do this. Like, this is what we have to do. There's no time for it because we are under blah, 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 and you have to just go ahead and do it. But you have to even believe, for me, you have to believe in the thing you're even putting out there for it to happen. Mm-hmm. So I like to work from the back. Even though I'm putting out things, I kind of like work from the back in my mind. So I envisage the end, mm-hmm, and kind of like work backwards, so that all the mistakes that I would have encountered, I think would have happened, I would have fixed it while I was doing it. Okay. So by the time we are done, it's already fixed. I've already solved the problems ahead. Yeah. You have to be able to anticipate on this job. Because if you're on a film set, we are shooting out of sequence. And you are shooting, and you know that, okay, I'm shooting scene 10, but then the scene begins from scene 1. Mm-hmm. So if scene 10 is shot now, and I have to go to scene 1, and something in scene 10 that has to be seen in scene 1, I have to be able to mark it and remember exactly. So you have to anticipate. You cannot anticipate without not doing it. It's a thing that you have to have.
Do you believe in magic?
Well, in film, yes, because we create it and it becomes magic. So yes, it's not. Sometimes some of the things people see are not real, but it's make believe. So actual magic, I haven't performed any before. It's just that I like that when I touch something, it becomes something that somebody else is thinking. Exactly that, and for me, it's also to make people believe that it's possible by the black person, and maybe not a black person, but like the Ghanaian, it is possible. You just have the right people around you. Look, 3 Music Network, the guys there, Sadiq, they are like relentless. They don't know what is not possible. Like, you want to go to the moon, can we create it? Like, Sadiq will ask me, I want to make it rain on the stage. Do you think it's possible? I'm like, yes. He's thinking it, but it's my job to make sure what he's thinking it happen. And I'm like, yes. Oh, but that's how we do kitchen sets and cooking shows, where we connect the water, and I'll tell him that this is possible. And there's always a way to do it. It's probably been done before, or the technique exists, or you just have to research. But once you say it, I know the things that will come together to make it happen. Yeah.
What's the most craziest set you've put together per your imagination? You believe that this was nearly impossible, but you achieved it and went back and said, no, this was magic done?
Um, this is impossible. I mean, I think we did something for Form Ghana maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember exactly, but it was more of building the African map as a stage, and to still have an AV projection from within, and we're building it in 3 different layers. So it was more like 3 dimension, you know, and it was huge. Like it was huge, and I think at that point I was like myself. I asked myself a question like, is this going to be real? But we did it. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't important. We put it up, and I was doing this for a group from the Netherlands, and in fact, it was the first time the project was happening. So they were also a little skeptical coming here and like wanting to do this thing.
Okay.
But when they arrived and they saw us set up the thing, they were amazed. They didn't think that it was going to be possible. And for me, it's good for them to believe that there's people here who can also do the things that they think that they see outside. And the sad thing about it is that everyone who came to that event didn't believe that it was built by a local.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. In fact, the lady came to me and said, "I'm so angry. Your people don't believe that this was done by someone from here. Like, I don't know why they're talking like that, but they have to believe in their people, And which I get sometimes. It's okay. I mean, it's not like it's okay, but a lot of the times some people have said, "Oh, this was not done by someone from here," or as for you, you don't even leave here, or maybe you go out or something. So yeah, different. But it's not that. I mean, the fundamentals are from here. I mean, and when I think of something that I think I've seen also, or I know that it's possible, I just want to try it. And a lot of the times my conviction will be right. When I want to do it, I'm saying, and so when I'm speaking to people like Sadiq who also want to do the thing happen and make it happen, and I'm like, I think when we add this thing to it, because the attention to detail is the thing. I think we miss those things. The very little thing. You can do the big things, but the very small additions, those are the things that make the magic, I think. Yeah.
So you think believability is a problem in this creative industry we find ourselves in?
First of all, I don't even think, even when I was studying production design, I don't even think people even knew who an art director was, or why you needed an art director, or why you needed a production designer. It was a thing that I went to meet.
Okay.
So I met that in the industry. But I put on myself that it was a personal thing. I said I will change this thing. Yeah. I'll make sure people understand that you need this part of the job. So in my film school days, I was creating things in school, and people would come into the studio. I'm like, oh wow. Like, so I tried to make sure that they understood what this whole thing was about. So people didn't even know, and you don't blame them. It's just lack of knowledge. The industry, creative art. Even now, when people even talk, to be honest with you, the camera work was good. Camera work was good. I can tell you for a fact, camera work can be good, but if the lighting is bad, the camera work will be bad. So it's a teamwork effort. You can't do this without the whole team. Like, there's someone doing lighting, there's somebody pulling the dolly, there's somebody putting a little battery on, there's somebody doing it's everyone together. I can build the best sets ever. Give me the worst light ever, it will look awful. It won't look the same way it is. So because I also understand lights and what it does, the little knowledge I have, when I'm working together with a light team, I'm able to say, okay, because I'm like wanting to do this in monochrome, I want the lights to tell the color. So can we use maybe white and green over here, and can we underlight this color, so that when it comes to this theme, you can change it to this color. Like, we work together, because I'm trying to paint the whole set in lights. So you cannot do it without it. It's just that people don't even understand what production design is. But I honestly feel that the music video guys are doing that. They understand it. They're using like set people. They are building sets. They are decorating spaces. They are making you believe that this is possible and things like that. And I think prop heaven has also helped, because there was no facility where you could just walk in and feel like I can create anything I want to create. So
I'm amazed by the things I've seen over here. This is something you've invested all your life savings on.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of money.
No, this is expensive. Like, things over here, crazy stuff.
I didn't think I was going to do that. Like, I didn't think it was going to cost me that. That was my beginning. Like, I knew I wanted to do this thing, but I didn't know it was going to cost me this much money. But again, I said to myself, it's okay, because it has to be done by someone, And this is actually my thesis topic in film school. It was about the absence of a props and costume house and its effects on the industry in Ghana. So obviously, I'd done the research in the paper, and I had the opportunity to go to places like the Berlinale, been to the big costume houses. I had been to Universal. I had seen stuff. And so I knew, I studied the thing, so I knew what it is. And I was actually using props before, I actually made up this place. So I knew how difficult it was for people to actually get stuff, to be able to recreate anything they wanted to create. And it became expensive for people. You can't buy everything every time. You don't need it afterwards and stuff. So after film school, it took me 12 years to make this happen. Yeah, 12.
So you're the guy that at 12 years you've been going about collecting props.
There was some that I collected at some point in time, but there was also when I did Beast of No Nation, I collected some stuff. And then I did Black Earth Rising, and all I did was to give them back my salary and say, guys, it's okay, you can have this. I want to collect some of the items, and I will store it and I'll start something with it. So that's what I did. I just gave them back my salary and said, give me the rest, some of these things, and I'll use it as a start. So I used the little that I have as a start, but then I kept adding on. I kept shipping things. Maybe I'm driving, I see something, somebody thinks they don't want, and then I'll probably stop and talk to the person. Do you want money for it? How much? Blah, blah, blah. Back and put it in my car and bring it. And it's supposed to be cheap. This is cheap for everyone to walk in. There's nothing pricey over here. Some of the things we made them. We made the phone booth ourselves. We can create anything we want to create. So for us, for me, if it make viable sense for the next person to use, why not? I must do it for the person. Yeah.
Has there been anything that somebody had wanted you to create, and deep within you felt this, we can't do it here in this country, even if it's possible elsewhere?
Oh no, deep within me, I've never said a no. I can tell you for a fact, I've never said a no. I can tell you that there's something else I'm about to do, which is a revolving stage, which we have built currently, but we're about to test it and build the rest of the units on it. So there's stuff, but I've never said a no. I feel like this country has the people, right? You just need to know who it is and find them and let them be in tune with you, and then you guys all can do the job. It is very possible over here. In all the shoots that I've worked at, foreigners come here, sometimes they are amazed at our speed. Yeah. Like even the speed to which we do the thing and to get it right, they are amazed. We have the people. We really do have the people. And if you have it right, like I said, like-minded people and thinking like you would push a project. There's people in that like Eddie Owusu, amazing guy, amazing guy to me, like amazing guy. I just like how he's chill. Like his problem solving thing is he's chill, yeah. And people like Stip, who are always saying, "Don't worry, we'll do it." Like he's never said we won't do it, or it is not possible. He's always saying, "I will do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it." People like that make you, because you already believe in yourself, or they keep pushing you and making you like keep going and keep going and keep going. And then Sadiq is like, what will it take? What will it take for us today? He's always like, what will it take? First, and that's a good thing, because find out what it will take first. Then you can work the problems for what it will take. But to say, oh, are you sure we'll do it? No, it's not, are you sure? What will it take? Because it's always possible. People are going to the Mars. How far are we from it?
Let's talk about it. I mean, it's one of the reasons why almost every single person right now is so much attached to the 3 Music Awards, and it's because of what you were able to achieve with regards to the set design and everything. I mean, the shots that were taken and some of the things that we saw. I mean, if you ask me, were things that a lot of people out there didn't expect that was going to happen on that Saturday, and it's brought all this conversation. I mean, what did it have to take for you to sit back and say, you know what, I am part of this. I know we can achieve this in this state, but we have to do this and do that and do that to achieve this. What did it take you?
First of all, I think what made it a little smooth going was the people around. For me, it's that. Yeah, it's because you're talking to people who are believing and who actually want the thing to happen. And they are finding reasoning in what you're saying and asking you, how can we do it, and what should we do, and how should we approach it, and they are actually listening to you. It's unlike people who are not even paying attention to everything that you're saying. So once they paid attention, we kept going forward. And once there was a problem, once you started going, they're like, okay, so what should we do? And I remember at the point in time, we wanted to reduce some of the things over there in the screen. So it was like, no. Whatever it takes to make it happen, just do it. So you already have someone who is already also pushing you. So, I mean, what's your excuse, really? There's no excuse. Just keep going.
And how many weeks?
Oh, the whole setup took us a week.
A week?
Yeah, we were in that space for a week. Yeah.
That's less to me from what I saw.
But also, yeah, I mean, from what you saw, but in terms of, but in terms of prep, the back work was ongoing.
Okay.
But on the actual space, it took us a week to that. But there are other things that had to be done, like all the performance sets.
Okay.
So something else is being set up. The performance set is being set up. Something else being. So you had how many different people working? And can you imagine what this does to the sector and the amount of employment it gives to people? It's hundreds of people were working on these things, and if that's why I think the thing about government supporting the Creative Arts Center, and I personally believe that the Creative Arts Center can employ almost all the people who are unemployed.
Because it's like politicians don't believe so. You guys are not giving them reasons enough to believe that.
That's a good enough reason, right? That's good enough reason to say. Maybe we don't say the numbers of people who are working on it, but like for example, when I worked on Black Earth Rising, my art team was over 200 people. Because you are employing carpenters, metalwork guys, painters, masons, all these people in the art department, right? Working in different locations at the same time, and everybody doing something. To the extent that what we try to do in like those projects is, even though you have your core people, when you go look out to the town, we actually hire people from the town just so they can also make some income. So it's not like we came to your town and everything just went away. Like we hire people like the local artisans also in town just so they can also make some income. That's how much this sector can employ people and put money in their pockets. So it's just, look, and everyone just knows what they were doing. And that's, for me, that was like what made it magical. Like, yeah, I mean, they wanted to reach the goal. We said, okay, we will do it, and then we did it.
Do you think that with all that you have done, I mean, you have a very beautiful CV from where you began and what you are right now. You think that Ghanaians or the world at large, have really celebrated your works enough?
I don't know if I've been thinking about celebration. It's for me, it's not about. I think it's more about doing something that will on forever than getting celebrated. So if
interesting, it comes with a job. I mean, from where you find yourself, some of these things. I watched one of Osibusen's very own celebrated on stage. I'm not sure people like my generation have been able to come this close to watching this man who is part of a legendary group like Osibusen. And for once, I said, okay, celebration is good enough. Like, I think it makes sense to celebrate someone. You understand? So from that angle, I'm just trying to, because as minute as people would think the contribution that you put in some of these works actually is, you are the reason a lot of people are now throwing lights on things like that and what they mean to us. So yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it comes, fine. If it comes, it's okay. If it doesn't come, it doesn't stop me from doing what it is, because I believe everything happens in their own time, though. Like, it took me 12 years to put this up. So everything happens in their own time. Maybe it will just come a time when they're like, okay, guys, this
But
we
feel that. I mean, it's a long overdue. Like, I mean,
I probably don't think I've reached my capacity yet. So that's why I'm probably not even thinking about it. I think there's things that I want to do.
yeah.
Like, there's so much anytime I wake up and I'm driving on the road and I want to do and I want to reach. So for me, I don't think it's long overdue. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, you know it. Some people know it. Sometimes, only when you cut a tree down do you realize that now there's so much sun and you don't have shade anymore. Because you say that, the tree was making so much rubbish and leaves, and so you cut it down and then it goes. Then you kind of realize that, okay.
It was of importance. Do you sleep? Do you oversleep?
I don't oversleep. I can't oversleep. The days when I get to sleep, I don't get out of the house at all. Like, I'm just going to be in the room sleeping the whole day, maybe watching soccer or something like that. Like, the days when I have to sleep. In these few days, I haven't slept. I can promise you I haven't slept. It's like, it's been a back-to-back. Not because I want it, but also because every client has their deadline to meet. So, and if they want you to do the project, why not you? And some of these people, I've worked with them for so long, so I can't say, I have to try and make a way. And sometimes, yes, I feel bad for my guys and the whole team when we're working, because I know everyone is working like long hours and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we try, we do our best because I still want it done a certain way. It's not just doing it. I've seen people do stuff, but I want it done a certain way, and the finish must be good. That's the only way you can believe that it's possible. You know, like yeah.
So if you're not busy really trying to put things like that together, what exactly are you do? What do you do to relax?
No, I like to. I mean, I would hang out with my friends. You know, sit somewhere and just talk about anything. Watch soccer. You know, when I get to travel to, I like it. But I can't. Sometimes work is so in between that you can't even say I'm blocked out for this period of time. But sometimes I just maybe close my mind and just go, you know. So yeah, I mean, in my free space, I'll probably just be chilling and staying home and not doing anything. Not, you know, you probably don't see me. There are times when I probably even do something on an event and I will go. I'll not even stay for the event because I'm done. I'm tired, so I just go chill. When it's over, we can come back and tear everything down. Yeah, so
You hardly step out. You hardly do anything. Was it because the Will Smith tag is going to affect you somehow?
no,
Have you met him yet?
I haven't met him yet. I've met people who know him. I've met people in Hollywood. There've been very funny scenarios in Hollywood where people invited me to their bars, like I mean at the airport, crossing. I mean, jumping queues at JFK and things like that. Yeah, and I mean, every time people look at my passport, wait, who is this? Like, you know, things like that. But it's not because that tag is. I don't think that tag is gonna leave now. I think it's now. I know people look at. I know you. I'm like, no, you don't. I know who you know. It's just that I look like that person for you. Yeah, and so I don't think that would leave. But I don't think that's the main reason why I probably don't come out everywhere. It's probably just me, stay in my little corner and just being a little low, and I'm always processing something. So
Okay, so on the lighter side, if you meet him today, what will be the first thing you tell him?
I'm like, oh, you look like me. Oh, oh, you're the guy that they say looks like me. Not me looking like you. Like you're the guy who says they look like me. Have you heard that? Like people say you look like me. Like, yeah, probably start off from there and then talk about whatever possibilities it is that exist there.
Of working with him? I mean, you know he produces as well, so.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm open to what the universe brings, and if also what God has planned for me, I feel like that part will be there, and it's up to me to also probably find it and follow it. So if it happens that I have to be somewhere, and I've always told people like that, oh, you should meet him now, you should send your things to him. I'm like, no, I think that it will happen. It will just happen when it has to.
So?
Yeah, I think it will just happen because you work in spaces that people just think that, and I've had people just walk up to me and I don't know if to call it like revelation or what. They don't know you from anywhere and just tell you stuff about you. And there was a time it happened twice. Like happened once here, and then I was in the airport in LAX, and there was this white guy who just said, I don't know you, but there's a vibe about you that he just tells you things, and this is just someone who we haven't met before. So I believe those things happen. And there was a time I was with Layla in LA, and we were walking somewhere. I didn't even know, but she was laughing in the back. But the dude was talking to me and thinking I was him. And like he said all the things, and I was so confused. And he mentioned some other people that we knew, like Layla and I knew, like Garcelle Boavi. So I was like, the whole thing was, so it was only when we were leaving, Layla was like laughing. I was like, what's going on? He said, well, the guy thought you were Will Smith. And I said, oh, I deceived the guy. I also didn't know. So I feel like it's just weird. You know how everything just goes on. You never know. One day he'll probably be here and you guys will be like, yo, we have your brother sitting here. And then
go check him out.
Exactly. And then it will just happen. So I feel like it's just the time. It will get there when it has to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've enjoyed every moment with you right now. I think that you're doing incredibly well, and you have to be celebrated. I mean, at the end of the day, what it is that we're all looking at an industry where we can both lift each other and make it happen. You've done amazing works that I'm sure a lot of people have even seen. They don't know the face behind it. So I decided, like, let me throw in here and, chance on you doing your thing so we can have a conversation. And I'm really privileged to have you on today. I thank you so much for the time and giving me the space over here to, indulge you, in this is a sacred place.
Yeah, I mean, this is really like for me, this I don't even. It's left. I got good managers who handle that. Yeah. My thing is back there in the studio, which is more the art direction part. Yeah. This was really like something I thought about that would help the industry, and I put it out there. But So my space is only when I have work to do, I go back there, which is the art direction, which is the production line, which I work on. So yeah, this is really industry stuff for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Bossa, bossa, ho. C'est lié. Bossa, bossa, ho. Bossa, bossa, ho. Let's go. Bossa, bossa, ho. Bossa, bossa, ho. Bossa, bossa, ho. Bossa, bossa, ho. Let's go. Our skies faced up, faded by the sun. 10,000 men stand high on the hill.